One direction to go.
You know what? Let's bring up Molly. And maybe...
One day we'll go come back and do this game for all.
Molly Dorozenski will do it.
Oh my god.
This is the best introduction I've ever had.
That was amazing.
Well, we're out of time, I'm afraid.
I used to be a brunette, but I really wanted to work for Lungfull. Is this sound okay?
Yep.
Winter in the desert. From our balcony, we can throw paper valentines into the Grand Canyon. The purse strings are getting tighter. I love the sound the telephone makes when we are not answering it. It bleats like some kind of tinsel. You are using large shears to do impossibly delicate work. A sick purple smoke rises from the buttes. Several children were born, then several more. We didn't see any of this, I'm just assuming. We thin out, we become finer spirits. I like looking into my own window. I can see myself getting on with life inside there, packing everything out like a good camper. First I was a little baby, and then I met you. Pink peppercorns, the feet of rabbits, I try to get it done. I brush my teeth as required. It's just that I don't experience any joy in it. Consider addressing yourself. Molly. Between two brains is a cold, dead god. Electrocuted geese. Do not dip your toe into the fog. Between two eyes is a mouth. A substance that is unnamed, but warm to the touch. The oracle left out to wither. A reaction between dry parts and a third substance. Or even if you knew better, the party you dreamed, as if dancing were an illness. The room. You try to get back that feeling. There's something wrong with the room. There is something wrong with Molly in it. Consider addressing yourself. See what happens when you say your name. There is something wrong with the sunlight. Summer has started to rot the forest. Summer has started to rot the water. And what is beneath the fog? You try to get back that feeling. You ask the oracle about everyone you know. At the edge of the party where the flowers were forced. I can't get the night out of my legs. Each instrument has its purpose. My name no longer refers to me. I am on one island. I am on the other. Biographica. You were born. You have many birthdays. You have many birthdays slowly at first, then you have many birthdays more quickly. You worry about time surpassing you. You hear cannons going off at midnight. You hear bells. You are in a pasture full of fireworks. You and animals. You and love. You and waiting for people on sidewalks. You are making words in the marmalade. You in California. You and the talking all the time, the feeling of a very fast boat. You hear belly aches. You are writing zeros in the margins. You are missing. You are finding it easier. You wonder if you have been born yet. You gain a benefactor. You learn a trade. You hear benedictions. You learn to ride a motorcycle or a very small plane. You gather materials like lumber and mystery artifacts. You were born, thank God. Then you wish you had not been. You become a perfectionist about your signature. You become a celebrarian of medicines and books about medicine. You are always listening to the same part. You are a witness. You yacht about toasting yourself. You think about the winters of animals. You lose your teeth. You break your leg. You are a wolfhound for delight. You marry a pathologist. You are getting impatient. You are writing it down for later. You and apples. You have many bodies. You were born many times. Room 512. I hold everything too dear. Everyone says so. Lately I've been having some trouble sleeping indoors. I never know what shoes to wear to bed. I can't imagine anything good enough, but I also feel funny with bare feet. We talk about replacing my hands with branches. I take a walk and I think I see all kinds of forest animals in the city. A deer, I guess, or something quick. It is because of what I'm either reading or eating. The deer takes the blame for all my mistakes. The deer runs into the intersection and slows the traffic. I try to mend all the old recipes. I use an actual telephone and it rings and rings. Someone, not me, invented the idea of horrible praise. Now I compliment the worst things, and it is not my fault. I recommend sad movies that make people want to have sex. I tell everyone I love the city. I suggest a sequin jacket. Then everyone is telling me I am pretty in ways that I do not like. I check into the hotel where terrible things happen. There isn't even a room key. You just take the elevator and close your eyes. Between rooms. No easier without you. No man so sure, no one so. Every staircase longer, each the same. Wallpaper paste beneath my nails. My phone ringing. But the sour sky in the eyes. The aurora borealis. How sanity tastes. Music is a counterweight. Music swings. Out on a scant ledge. Not part of the true Ozarks, but another range entirely. Not mountains. Their pools just inches deep. The flat trees. The soil nearing exhaustion. Neither city nor country, really. Suspended momentum. I lay the music down into my glass. I perforate the hotel paper with my pencil tip. I take pictures of the ice melting. Under the cover of heavy eyelids. Down the slipstream. The conservatory. The wallpaper vibrates like childhood. Tender reeds in the library, a grand gâteau. The special paper that makes up the music. Aussie rolls, roller derbies, consumption. I will let you know. The face of love inside love. I put everything down and breathe life into it. I put the portraits on the wall. I can hear you through that same wall. What can anyone do? And a woman dissembling the newspaper. And a woman who can tell a cantaloupe from a muskmelon. I planted everything. I harvested everything. We grew up together. The marsh is dead, and the birds that live in it are dead also. Do you remember when the waters were clearer? You decide it's time to begin smoking a pipe, even though you are young. And I am younger. This is funny. I walk into a cluster of sadness. Outside there are rafts we can take down the river. And we take them, and we take them, and we take them. The ballroom. I have so much contempt for other people's fear, but I feel fear myself. There's something very wrong with the sunset. Everyone notices, but no one talks about it. Are we okay? Let me know. You turn the light off. We are just like tall children. Dark arts, many rooms, hand over fist. Everyone so sure of themselves. Here comes anxiety. A green dress, an old hat. I know what you are. Peppermint pillows. I find myself here again. The lights are on a dimmer. The texture of cheap wallpaper. All bodies soaring over the skyline. Walking blind with our hands out. We never hurt each other at all. We never hurt each other at all. Here comes respite. Many keys. Dawn on the back of a tiger. Lingering spices on a mortar. Things I have known forever. Eyesight, eyesight. You know me so well. The night kitchen. It's a common practice to use the bone in your hand as a cooking tool. Sackfuls of flour, heat you can see, rising, the mischief moon, a ring of bay leaves, bloodberries, prune fingers, amber bottles and dusty jars. My hands thinking in my pockets, my fence electrified. The tiny hairs are icicles. We were the spies of the countryside. We are making things for everyone. The more we cook, the less we want. The scent of wood spoons and cast iron. All days are gone now. The cake can be made in the void. We are no worse for wear. The chemical reactions have begun. The soured milk, the heating of connective tissues, tiny bones, big bones, breathing heat. Now you will watch my life. Interior chambers. It is snowing behind my eyes. I hang up the phone like I am in the movies. Whiter and whiter. Sweet sky, albatross. Everything covered up in my own mind. The edges of film, stop motion, impossible arms. The more complex it is, the easier it is to draw. I run out of ideas. You cover the bassinet and clover. We acquire a producer of sentiment. The types of birds that avoid trees are a really bad fortune teller. We participate in the unraveling of the world. We are inventing time. We are misunderstanding it. Inside every brain is the snowfall of good. Inside every run is a cluster of red petals. Where is the door? This tumbler, these dovetails, mysterious experience, incense, evolution. It all gets edited. I tell myself to grow up. I take a hard line. I have never been formally educated. I have inadequate provisions. It's like gray putty. It's like marrow. It's like food. Errors of thought. My problem is that I am too healthy and I have too much time. I separate the yolks from the whites, over and over. It matters how I dress myself. Water is incandescent. Light is cool and sad. I blow the heads off dandelions. Eureka. Touché. A2. Sweet sonnet. I have bad manners about death and sex. I don't mind that you sleep all day, at the foot of the bed while I blow imaginary smoke rings that circle your eyes. The brass rails are tripwires, as if we were inside a rocking horse. I ask you if you wish you were married to some other kind of wife. The window is letting in the music of white cinders. I ache the way a floor aches. We practice kissing in the basement bar. We are still married. The sewing kit is in its paper sleeve. There is a white cap on the drinking glass. I love and I love and I love, even here. I can't believe we will spend Christmas here. I tell you how I feel about absolutely everything. Thank you.
That's Molly Dorozenski. Giving Molly a high five right now. It's our next one.